Alrighty. I probably could have waited. I'm going to turn the lights on really quick. So, something about me, because literally all you guys ever heard about me, well, literally that I've told you, that's the only reason you would know anything about me, is that I love scary movies. I love them. I'm actually like quite picky about them to the point where like I won't watch certain ones I really don't think I'll like because I think it's a waste of my time. I have very specific tastes in scary movies. Specifically like Paranormal Activity, The Conjuring, so on and so forth. Scream, I really like those. I actually really like those. I thought those were pretty good. Um I recently went and saw Obsession. I really didn't think I was going to like it, honestly. I thought it was going to be like another bullshit movie about a woman being crazy, and she actually wasn't being crazy, and it was the man's fault. Spoilers. Hey, spoilers. If you haven't seen Obsession and you would like to without any spoilers, stop watching this video now. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, yeah, I thought it was going to be like a bullshit movie about this woman who wasn't actually being crazy, but she was depicted as being crazy when actually the man's just a fucking idiot. And well, that's basically what it fucking is. Don't get me wrong, she does some fucked up shit because of this fuck ass wish Bear made. I do think in the end of the movie, like, end of the day, Bear is the bad guy. She was doing shit she shouldn't have, but it also wasn't her fucking fault. He did this to her. And I think that's what people are like picking up, that Bear was actually the bad guy, especially when he sneaks out to go see another bitch. And she's like, what's her name? Nikki. When Nikki was like, Bear, kill me. And he goes, what's so wrong with being with me? I'd kill myself at that point. Like, this is the man who like preyed on my fucking downfall with this wish. Oh, that's fucking rough. And I think, honestly, the scariest part of the movie is the sex scene. Because, wow, that's rough. That's a fucking rough one. That was a hard watch. Nothing I can really do about that. That was a hard watch. And honestly, I think what she did in the parking lot was completely valid. A girl who's supposed to be her friend and her boyfriend are about to kiss in this parking lot? Completely valid. I don't know. I really didn't think I was going to like it. At the end where he tries to kill himself by taking all those pills, I knew for a fact he was going to throw him up. Because it was never about Nikki. The movie was never about Nikki. She just happened to be in it, honestly. Like, it was about Bear being a shit fucking guy. Like, from the beginning. He, like, one, took that waitress away from her job. Literally, how she makes money is, like, being with other people, and he made her sit there. Two, his buddy goes, don't fucking do this, dog. Especially not when we're all together. He does it anyways. Nikki straight up asks him, do you like me? Now is the time to tell me. And he goes, no. Immediately after, he calls her Freaky Nikki. Something everyone knows she doesn't like to be called. And then he makes this wish that alters her life forever. Literally what's that word? In an irreversible way. And he does it like it's no fucking problem. And don't get me wrong. Did he know it was going to work? No. But once he figured out how to go back, he literally only did it after she killed that girl he was trying to kiss. Also, yeah, eating the cat was wrong. And like making him eat it was wrong. He fucking did this to her. I think everyone really loves to forget that he's the bad guy here. And people say, like, well, yeah. No, not well, yeah. He sucks. He been a dick. Like, since the fucking beginning. Beginning of the movie. Details that I thought were really nice. I didn't notice this. That she's reading that book upside down. I think that's like a great detail. I think that's a beautiful detail to add to the story to show that like she's not even like doing anything else. This is what she's doing. Honestly, a part that really scared me was when he comes out of the room to go to work after she does like the weird that thing. That next day he comes out, they chit chat, and he goes to leave for work and the door is duct taped closed. That one kind of fucked with me because I just wasn't expecting it. And if I thought like something scary was gonna happen, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought it was gonna be like her going fucking crazy. Oh, also her pump fake on him, so funny. It was really funny. Like he deserved to get the shit scared out of him. And like actually in the beginning of The Wish, I recently just rewatched it. At the beginning, they like were in love. Like they were low-key chilling and it looked like a decent time. Obviously, not for Nikki. And as soon as he started having a bad time, that's when the movie got bad. Even though first night, they start making out. She goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And he knows, because it's like the next day or something that him and his buddy like talk about it at work about how fucking weird it is, and all of a sudden, like he knows what's going on. I think this like him acting like he did nothing wrong for literally the whole movie is so crazy. Bear's the bad guy. And they make that like abundantly clear to everyone but him. And I think that, like, honestly, unfortunately, is the way it really is most of the time. Like, someone is so obviously the bad guy and everyone knows it except for them. Excuse me, just please. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a great movie. I think it was really well done, especially for the budget they had. They did a really nice job. Some details I didn't think were needed. I didn't think her peeing herself was needed. I also don't know what happened to the point where, like, when he comes back after that, what she's covered in all over. Like, I wish it went into that a little bit more instead of just being like, what the fuck? What's all over her? I do understand, like, yeah, we watched her pee. Now we know, like, something else happened. But what? You know? But what? Oh, geez. I thought it was really good. Well, I knew he wasn't going to shoot himself. I knew he wasn't going to I knew he was going to try and throw up those meds. I don't know. That's so weird. I did not expect him in that. Nikki and the other guy, like Bear's, like their friend, I didn't expect them to have been messing around. I do think that's something that guy probably should have told Bear. Hey, like, I know you like her, but also, like, if my pet dies and I'm like, hey, I'm not going, and then the guy like is like, no, come out, I'm not going out. Like, I do think that is a weird. I think immediately, like, that was basically the start of the movie. I think that was like a big indicator into the kind of man that Bear is. Because that is like, that's the last like thing he had left. I don't know. And they like see each other every day. So I think this one time they go out, he could have missed. I actually thought was really weird. Overall, decent scary movie. Would I say it's one of the best scary movies I've ever seen? No, I wouldn't. Would I recommend people watch it? I would. Would I warn them about some of the stuff that goes on? Yeah. Especially because, like, a lot of the people I know are, like, going to school for social work. I would warn them about like the weird, like non-consensual. Honestly, like the R word is such a hard word. No, like I would still, non-consensual is the word I am going to use. Yeah, non-consensual is the word I'm going to use. I would also warn them about the gore because there's a decent amount. Yeah, decent scary movie. The guy did a really good job. And you know what? While we're here, why don't we talk about the Backrooms? Because I also went and saw that. Here's the thing. I knew like some of the lore of the Backrooms before I went and saw it, but I hadn't seen the YouTube videos. I've seen people play the games and I've read some of the stories. I hadn't seen any of the YouTube videos. So the Backrooms movie, I had like honestly like very low expectations. Not even expectations. I just didn't know what to expect is what I will say. First 5-ish minutes of the movie, so scary. I wish they did more of that. And I heard that they're coming out with an extended version, and I hope it's 15 more minutes of that somewhere. Because I felt like there were a lot of things inserted that honestly just like weren't lore accurate to the YouTube videos that Kane Parsons like actually made. I think it's weird that he kind of switched the story along, but I'm wondering if there's a plan for a second one and it'll kind of tie together. Because I watched the movie and I thought it was pretty good. Also, my ex was 2 seats away from me, which is like awesome. That's like, oh, of course. Love. That is so good. So actually, we went to go see a movie together, whatever. Anyways, I thought it was really good. I think it was a well done movie. I think, because what, A24 made it, I think they did a nice job. I think the set was awesome. I think the acting was really good. I just think part of the storyline was so unnecessary and so far away from what people already knew. And I understand they need to add something different so it's not just like a YouTube video. But his YouTube videos did really well. And I think if that's what people were expecting, they would have been happy to watch it. I came home feeling really good about it. And then meeting the person I went to watch it with was just one of my friends. We watched it, which like total is like another movie. And those were fucking good. Those were really fucking good. The lore was awesome, which at the end of the movie, it does kind of go into the lore about, oh, I don't remember the company, but like the company who started it. Oh my gosh, what is that called? That's going to bother me. I do think people were disappointed because it wasn't more like the YouTube videos. And I think they could have made it more similar without changing so much. Like, I think these weird, like, copies of these people are very strange because like all we know from the YouTube videos is that there's this entity and now he's eating these like weird creations. You know, like that's not what we know. So here's my theory on it. At the end of the movie, we see, what's his name, Pirate Pete or something like that. We see him on a table. I'm going to assume he's not dead. Like, they're all this fluff. I'm going to assume he's not dead. I think he's gotten so tall and so disfigured because he's maybe been there the longest. Like, out of the ones we've seen. And I think he is what is going to turn into the entity that we see in the YouTube videos. I also think, because in the last found footage YouTube video, there's like that it just looks like a very dark, like, black figure that like looks similar to a man. And I think maybe that is maybe where also some of it started, because it also like didn't really go into any of like the mold. I'm freaking myself out talking about this movie. Can you tell? Which I think is a huge part of the storyline. You know? So I'm not sure. I thought it was pretty good. I'm wondering what happens to that guy, though. Oh, he's for sure dead. I forgot that he like took a bite out of him. Sorry, that's my bad. And I'm hoping they make a second one that's more similar to the YouTube videos, aka the first 5 minutes of the movie that were so fucking good and scary. Overall, a well done movie. A24 did a very nice job. Set design was awesome. Acting was good. It was just, I think, like the story was so different and it didn't need to be. And I understand Kane Parsons wanting to maybe jump away from YouTube videos. But I think if you're posting the trailer on the same YouTube account that the original videos came out on, you kind of gotta go by it. And really the only thing that he went by was the picture of the Backrooms that he didn't even make. Like, everything else was kind of different. So I'm hoping maybe in the next movie or whatever, the pirate or some of those people turn into that like actual bacterial entity. And we see a little bit more of like something more familiar. Because I think a lot of movies put out a first movie that they know is kind of going to do well so that they can make a second one, which is the one that they really want to make. Those are my thoughts on Obsession and the Backrooms movie. If you haven't seen them, watch them. Honestly, like I didn't think they were a waste of my time or anything. Backrooms, if you're a huge fan of the YouTube videos, I would say don't be expecting it to be very similar. Obsession, though, honestly, I'll give her a 7 out of 10. Backrooms, before seeing the YouTube videos, an 8 out of 10. After seeing the YouTube videos, probably a 6. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.